Hello, my name is Rivas Mayaki. I'm your host today, and seems strange to myself anyway. I'm an author of some books you can buy on Amazon. There will be links in the description. Of course, you can subscribe to this channel and follow to see what will be of me. I wanted to talk about K-dramas, South Korean dramas, in particular about trans narrative inside of K-drama. Since South Korea is such a conservative country, almost as conservative as Croatia, I do feel a bit similarity and understanding of their situation, but it's quite surprising to see just how often and how interesting they approach transgender issues, even though if they don't admit that they are doing. But they are just adore stories about cross-dressing and uh, playing a part and having the confusion about gender. It's the masterpiece of romance. And two of the shows I want to refer to were quite popular in their time, Coffee Prince and You Are Beautiful. And in both of them, we have a female lead who is mistaken for a man. In Coffee Prince, she is truly, for me, she's a trans man. And she doesn't strive to be a man. She doesn't make an effort. She just dresses and acts like she's comfortable, and everyone perceives her as a man. And in a conservative country, where there's no discussion about transness, and where there's no possibility for, or especially for a poor person like her, him, she goes by her. So for like her to even address her matter of gender, so she does the next best thing. She just is being herself, and most of the time she doesn't even correct people when they consider her to be a man, and does not make any effort to blend in and to be womanly. And even when the main lead, Gong Yu, adorably falls in love with her thinking that she's a man, she doesn't correct him. She lets him suffer through it. And I think that is the main thing about transness in that story. She doesn't correct him because there's nothing to correct. She is as manly as she seems to be. And I just love the sequence where he struggles with his sexual identity and struggles to accept this new love he feels for this person. And it's such a beautiful display of confrontation and the struggle, and the straight audience feels safe watching it because the straight audience knows, is in the know. They know she's a woman and there's no danger. He's just being funny with his struggle, but I found his struggle so endearing and truthful. And in the end, the fact that he loves her regardless of her gender is what makes them as a couple work, because her manliness will not go away anywhere. Even though the show, of course, spoilers, always spoilers, go and watch it if you don't want spoilers. So, the end, where they, of course, make her go on a journey that will make her feminine in the end, and reappear in his life dressed as a woman and with a makeup, and just like, I'm a woman now. It's such a cheap shot. I don't know. I was like, yeah, right. She will do that for a day and then return to her original self. So I consider that to be a most endearing trans story and love story ever, and it's quite nice. So compared to it, You Are Beautiful has Park Hae-shin dress as a man to impersonate her twin brother, and she's forced to play a man, and she does so with reluctance, and she is in no any means, she's not a trans man, she's just a woman thrown in a situation. But regardless of that, you can still watch it through a lens of transness, because she does live a man's life while she's forced to dress up as a man, and the story is quite also endearing and interesting to watch. But also, again, I will go straight to the end, and spoilers, of course. In the airport where her brother is revealed and his muscular back are shown, and like, oh, you were wrong, he wasn't a woman, he the whole time, you were wrong. That scene alone just makes me somehow, how the straight narrative loves to take trans and queer identities and just put a makeup of straightness above them and ignore that anything queer happened in the story. Because that end, if we just discount the possibility of her twin that is man and so like her that she can impersonate him, that end is just a truly amazing possibility of her going on her transition or surgeries and returning in her his full attire as a man. That would be a nice romance, I guess. But in You're Beautiful, although it's so endearing, her femininity is never doubted. So I don't count that as a trans narrative, because not that only her femininity is never doubted, but her main lead opposite of her gets to know that she is a she quite early on, so there is no gay panic and no sexual confusion. So Coffee Prince is the ultimate trans narrative inside of the K world that I found so far. Although I would throw in the Tale of Nogdu as well. He makes such a beautiful woman. I just can't even begin to understand how can he be such a beautiful woman without even hormones or anything. He does it so well. So, anyway, transness inside of stories gets hijacked by straightness and turned upside down just. But even if that happens, I appreciate it there, because even if you put a sugar coat of straightness over it, you still are telling a queer narrative about gender that is not as it should be, that you can't mix up men and women, and about sexuality that is more about personality than gender expression. So I just love that. And maybe in that regard, Secret Garden will still hold the special place in my heart, because Secret Garden goes all the way about them swapping bodies and being truly transgender for long periods of time inside the series, and I think they did it quite marvelously, and I love everything about Secret Garden. I That's probably one of my best K-drama shows. They did it superbly, and when they play each other, like she plays a man and he plays a woman, they do it fabulously. I just don't see any flaws in their performances. Anyway, trans is hidden inside of conservative K-dramas seep through, and I love every show I watched about cross-dressing and soul possessing till now, and I'm quite satisfied to see that they tackle it quite often. So, we will see what new gems I will find. For now, these ones are the ones I recommend for you to watch. Go and tell me what you think about them if you watched them already. Subscribe if you liked it. If you didn't like it, good luck on your internet journey, and happy sales to some harbors that you like more than me. See you around. Bye.